Some of us parents need to get back in the game, be involved in the lives of our kids. It takes work, it takes effort, but God asks that of us. Other parents might simply just talk or pontificate. They don't listen. So others are still over-controlling, trying to direct their kids past even when they're older. There's this tension of letting children go, and that's not a bad tension, by the way. It's a good tension of how much should we let go. I'm like, okay, they're out of the house, they're gone. My wife's like, I want to control. That's what we struggle with. Some parents realize that when their kids are leaving the house, they've been so wrapped up in their children's lives. In fact, they've become idols of yours. You go back to your spouse and say, who are you again? We begin to see our own. The other thing is we begin to see our own flaws being lived out in the lives of our younger children. The sins being passed down, and that's really convicting. Some of us parents need to learn about our sinful nature. The comedian Steve Martin said this about his own dad. In his death, my father, Glenn Vernon Martin, did something he could never do in his life. He brought our family together. After he died at the age of 83, many of his friends told me how much they loved him, how generous he was, how outgoing, how funny, and how caring he was. I was surprised at their descriptions, for I saw him as always being angry. He had a critical spirit. During my teenage years, we hardly spoke except for the one-way arguments from him to me. I'm sure that the words between us could be counted. At some point in my preteen years, I decided to officially hate him. When he came into my room, I would wait 5 minutes and then leave. When I became a successful actor and comedian, my dad's only words to me were that he was ashamed of my chosen profession. Now here's the sad news. I bet you Steve Martin's dad thought he was a good father. Paul says here we're not to drive our kids up the wall, provoke our kids to anger.